Now at 6, the bacteria that causes the disease that recently killed 12 people in New York has been found in a pharmaceutical plant in our state where it was discovered and what's being done to make sure it doesn't spread to the public. Plus, the state has rested its case against the Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officer charged with voluntary manslaughter. And a former Charlotte mayor and the current U.S. Transportation Secretary could be in hot water, why some claim he may owe some big money.
You're watching Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Cheryn Stone. We'll have those stories coming right up. First here at 6 o'clock, meteorologist Terri Bennett is here with the first check of your weather on the one's forecast. So Terri, do you think we could have any more severe weather tonight?
Well, we still have one severe warning out for northern sections of Alamance County, and that will continue for at least the next 15 minutes. And it's possible that we may see a warning for Randolph County, but things are starting to wind down. Skies are clearing out. We dropped to around 66 degrees tonight with drier air in place. And we'll talk about how long that dry, sunny weather will last coming up with your full weather forecast.
The GlaxoSmithKline manufacturing site in Zebulon is temporarily shut down after routine testing found bacteria in cooling towers. Officials say the building was evacuated and employees were warned not to come to work until the building is safe. Our Amy Elliott joins us from the facility in Zebulon with the latest.
Well, we are across the street from the GlaxoSmithKline manufacturing plant here in Zebulon, and as you mentioned, the site is temporarily down right now. During some routine testing earlier this afternoon, they found some bacteria in one of the cooling towers. That bacteria is the same as the one found in Legionnaire's disease. Now, it is important to say that no one has been reported sick at this point. All of the employees were sent home as a precaution. They are asking no one to come back to work. They are hoping by Thursday to have the plant up and running again. Now, DHHS says most people exposed to this type of bacteria do not get sick. Exposure typically comes from inhalation, and it is not passed person to person. DHHS also says they do not have any prior cases of Legionnaire's disease linked to this facility. So again, the site is temporarily shut down and no one has been reported sick at this time. We will continue to bring you updates as we receive them. Reporting from Zebulon, Amy Elliott, Time Warner Cable News.
After calling its last witness, a CMPD training and use of force expert, the state rested its case against Randall Carrick. The CMPD officer is charged with voluntary manslaughter in the shooting death of Jonathan Farrell. Earlier in the day, jurors heard the captain explain why he feels Carrick should not have used deadly force during his encounter with Farrell. Our Kate Gaier has more on today's testimony.
Late this afternoon, the defense wasted no time using its witnesses to paint Carrick as an eager and dependable officer. But before that, the state had a key witness. Its last witness was a training and use of force expert who says Carrick's actions were not in line with CMPD's policies. The state's last witness, Captain Mike Campagna, told the jury Officer Randall West Carrick wasn't acting within CMPD policy when he shot and killed Jonathan Farrell.
The policy would dictate that if the level of resistance is active aggression, the tactics or techniques that would be available to use would be non-deadly force.
Campagna says Carrick could have used other techniques, including his hands or feet or pepper spray.
If you're doing something and it's not working, do something else.
The captain also said Carrick went through more training on August 7, 2013. The defense says it was during that training Carrick was told to go, quote, lethal when another officer pulls their taser.
If he has drawn his firearm to back up the taser, that is not consistent with policy.
The defense also pointed out items the captain didn't review when forming his opinion, such as toxicology or DNA reports, an interview with the 911 caller, or inspecting Carrick's service weapon.
I do.
The defense called its first witness, Dr. David McCord, a psychologist responsible for evaluating Carrick in 2009 and 2011 before he could become an officer. McCord says Carrick was stable, confident, and reliable.
The applicant thinks in highly moral, even moralistic terms. This implies ethical concerns, dependability, self-discipline, and similar values.
The defense ran through a handful of witnesses late this afternoon, supervisors with animal control and the Hickory Grove Division. All of them shared positive reviews of Officer Carrick. Reporting from the courthouse in Uptown Charlotte, Kate Gaier, Time Warner Cable News.
3 men charged in the murder of a 13-year-old boy appeared in court today. Keyshawn Gregory was shot and killed in Raleigh Friday night in a car. Officers say his body was found about a mile away at the intersection of North State and East Jones Street. Yesterday, police charged 19-year-old Malik Jones with 1 count of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder. Jones is being held without bond. 2 others, 19-year-old Jamal Howie and 18-year-old Jonathan Chavez, are charged with accessory after the fact in the crime. All 3 are expected back in court September 1st. Another former Charlotte mayor may be in hot water. The people in charge of liquidating a bankrupt Charlotte company claim U.S. Transportation Secretary Anthony Foxx owes them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Andrew Sorensen has the details.
New paperwork out of bankruptcy court says a Charlotte company paid U.S. Secretary of Transportation Anthony Foxx more than $420,000 for work he might not have done. The action is part of a bankruptcy case involving a Charlotte bus design company called Design Line USA. The trustee in charge of liquidating that company says Design Line hired Foxx as a lawyer from 2009 to 2013. Foxx was mayor during that time, and the company says he stopped working for them when he became transportation secretary. Design Line started laying off workers later in 2013. The trustee is looking to get back $420,000 Design Line paid Foxx when he was employed there. They say the company owed that money elsewhere and may have used Foxx to avoid those payments. The trustee claims there is no record of Foxx spending any time with the company during that 4-year period. We couldn't reach the trustee, but we did get a hold of Foxx's lawyer. He says this is one of dozens of filings the trustee is making, which are routine. He says he does plan to respond in court. But for now, in the Update Center, Andrew Sorensen, Time Warner Cable News.
The State House Committee advanced a bill today to regulate transportation network companies like Uber and Lyft. The bill requires companies to pay a $5,000 fee to operate anywhere in the state. It also requires companies to do background checks on drivers and to maintain liability insurance on vehicles. The bill sponsor says the measure is a way to support a growing industry and provide safety for customers.
From the time that you turn on that app, if you're a TNC driver, your personal liability insurance is no longer any good, because you're using your personal vehicle as a commercial type taxi. So they would not cover a claim if you were in an accident, the driver is exposed, the passenger is exposed, another vehicle is exposed. What this bill essentially does is cover all the potential areas where there might be exposure and gray areas today.
The bill now heads to the House Finance Committee for consideration.